Hey guys, welcome back to Marriages Restored in Faith. My name is Ray.
Hi guys, my name is Dora. It is Sunday, March 16th, 2025.
So, just to let you know, Facebook took us off again. It might have been after we've been posting about the foods making us sick and commenting on how the weather manipulation is going on. And as you can see, we're going to discuss that fires, tornadoes, and multi collisions, which is basically car pileups. Um, you're seeing the weather from one side of the country all the way to the other side of the country. Just uh, it's very weird. It's never happened this way, and I know I started pretty quick right on there because I just want to let you know that that's what Facebook did is removed us again because that's what Facebook does. So what I'm going to do now on Facebook, I'm going to overload them with so many articles, so many videos. I'm going to overload them with documentation showing everything that is true, just because Facebook is the way Facebook is. Um, YouTube's the same way. YouTube isn't any different. YouTube does shadow ban you, does censor you, does remove your videos, just because their algorithms are there and that's what they do. Um, so I know I started pretty quick and I didn't let you get on there or say anything.
That's okay. I was going to say that, keep sharing our content, keep sharing it and following us because, I mean, there has to be a break at some point. And even though it's for a little short time, I mean, I'm sure we'll go back live on Facebook, but all of the videos will be uploaded to Facebook.
Mhm.
So you just won't be able to see us live.
Yeah. It is just they're trying to stop truth. And we were actually having a discussion this morning. And one of the biggest things, biggest obstacles that people have is unlearning what they've learned. That is the hardest thing to do in life is to unlearn something that you've been taught.
Yes.
That was wrong, that was fake, that was a lie. That's the hardest thing to do. Why? Because you have to realize first that you were deceived. You have to realize that you were wrong. You have to realize that you don't know everything.
Right.
And that you have to start learning, okay, I've
Yes.
been lied to, I've been deceived, they've lied to me, and I can't believe people can actually do this. Yeah. One of the hardest things for people to believe is that people can be that evil.
Right. Yes. It's like, surely, people cannot be that evil. Well, I mean, you need to read your Bible because that's what it says.
One of the hardest things for people to believe is that the government is really not for them. That is really because you can talk to people and they'll tell you, oh no, the government is there to help us. The government is there to give us the money. The government is there to feed us. The government is there to protect us. The government is there to tell us the truth. The government is there to do the science for us. The government is there to tell us that the Bible is real or not. I mean, that's how far people go, that the government is supposed to tell us the truth. It's time to wake up, people. It really is time to wake up. If you see the weather, and now they're looking at, I should have showed you a map from Florida all the way up north of the United States, all that area to the right now is about to get the worst weather that they're talking about. We're going to share this with you. We're going to show you video after video, picture after picture. I don't know if we have articles, but there might be articles or pictures put together, something like that. But that's what we're gonna go ahead and go straight to it. So let's get to it. And if we can get number one, we'll go ahead and go down the line. And this is one of the nice places that we like to go enjoy, that we go just because we've gone several times, yeah. Just because I have the little shopping centers right there and we get our exercise.
Yes, you get a good exercise. And, it's just pretty much, a lot of walking and, shopping centers and eating. I mean,
yeah.
What else? That's awesome to do.
So here you go. See? And this is over 8,600 acres so far. And of course, right here it says zero containment. We're going to show you a video where it talks about that it's about 40% containment. That's a lot of acres. Nothing compared to what Oklahoma had. Oklahoma had over 170,000 acres already burnt up from fires. So let me see if that if you can give me number 7. Anya said we're going to go down the line, but give me number 7 because it goes with this one. And that is a video talking about this. What is a perfect type of weather that you need for a fire? The weather we have for the past few days.
Yes, wind, gusts.
Yes, and 60, 70, 80 mile an hour wind. Amarillo had up to 103 mile an hour wind marked. That's tornado stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you start a fire? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey there, good morning. We are continuing to track the latest on this massive wildfire just outside of Fredericksburg in Gillespie County. And you see it right here. This is Fredericksburg, and it's about 11 miles north.
That's right. Multiple fire departments, including some from Bexar County, have rushed up I-10 to help fight the fire. And the latest update this morning is that unfortunately 8,600 acres have been burned. But the good news is overnight, they were able to get 40% containment on that fire.
Yeah, and our Zaria Oates and photojournalist Ricardo Moreno are outside of Willow City Volunteer Fire and Rescue this morning as crews are expected to begin to double their efforts against this fire. Good morning, Zaria.
One question I would be asking is, how do you put a percentage of what you've controlled or have control on it? I mean, that's a good question to ask. How do we know the percentage? How can we give a percentage of what we controlled? You really can't. It's just an estimate of, okay, we got 40%. Tell the media we got 40% so we can tell the people that we have 40% contained. But with this type of wind that we're having right now, in fact, there's another video I was going to share, but it says not for broadcast, so I don't want to get flagged. But it shows you how quick a home catches on fire because of the wind. It moves fast. Go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, we've moved just a little bit down away from that volunteer fire department as they've led us a little bit closer as the morning progressed and the sunrise started to come up. If you can look just behind me, there's actually still some fire burning. It's very, very small and there's lots of smoke. We can still hear some crackling just behind us, but a lot of smoke, a lot of it is contained and most of it is ash at this point, but we are still seeing a few flames here and there. This is just off of 1631, one of those main farm to market roads here in Willow City. Now, we've been monitoring this fire since last night. This is a 180 from what we were seeing yesterday.
That's about a 3-minute something video. I don't want to go too far into it, but you get the idea. If you can give me number 8, because we're going to stick to the fires and then we'll move on. I know we've talked about prepping and preparing and getting ready, stocking up on food, supplies, and so on. But when there comes a fire, there's nothing you can do to prepare, especially with this type of wind. I know we saw a video from California, where these elderly were able to stay and protect their home. Mm-hmm. But with this type of wind, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
You can stay put and try to fight a fire, but that wind is just going to blow that water, especially from the water from the your water hose. It's not enough pressure not to be stopped and pushed away. It's best to have a go bag and get ready to go. And it'll be difficult. You come back home and there's nothing left. Yes, and you have to start over. But it's better than losing your life or losing your loved ones because you're trying to stop a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Nobody?
No, it's probably the same. It's just showing you the fires.
Okay. I was sure I had volume on it earlier because this is from the media. Okay, well, I guess there it is. But as you can see, and Oklahoma did state there's a longer video. I think
the thing that breaks your hard is some of the folks that were renters and they lost everything and they didn't have any kind of renter insurance. So we have the Red Cross and we have the different facilities and different nonprofits that are set up to help them with really, they just have the clothes on their back right now. And so Oklahoma Standard will step up, and just neighbors are going to help neighbors like we always do. On a personal level, I lost where I have a little farm north of Luther. I lost my home at my farmhouse. So it's really, this kind of stuff hits close to home. When those fires come through, there's just not a lot that you can do.
Yeah, this video, in fact, this has been cut short. I think it's about a 30-minute video of them discussing this, over 170,000 acres. Now, this is where we as believers pray for all the ones that have been involved in any kind of car accident, tornadoes, fire. We pray for the loved ones that were lost, for those families that are still here. We pray for resources to get to them. And if we are able to, then we financially help them. But that's where you have to be cautious and careful on who you help, because this is where you're going to get scammers. This is where you're going to get people just wanting to take advantage of something, a tragedy like this, that are wanting just to get a buck from you.
Oh, yes.
Ask questions. Because we go to these places and all of a sudden people start saying you can go to the cash register and you're paying for something. They want you to donate for something. Well, what is this for? Well, I don't know. It just states that it's for so-and-so right there. Well, how do we know the money is actually going there?
Yes.
We don't. But if you know somebody that has been affected, that you can directly speak to them and help them, that's the best way.
Right.
Because you know where the money is actually going to.
Yes.
But donating to some major organization, you don't know where the money is going to be going to. You just don't. And people may say, why do you know? Do you know for a fact that the money that you give, every dollar, every cent that you're going to give is going to go to somebody that was affected? Or is it going to go to a person that makes $1 million in that organization? You have to ask that question. That's why I'm a true believer of going to somebody and helping that individual or that family instead of just sending money. We used to just send money like that and thinking, well, it's going to go somewhere. I'll tell you what, after I started doing some investigations and there was some of these cases that came up, you'd be surprised how much money is wasted and not gone to where it goes.
Yes, and you could also say, well, I mean, it's where your heart is being put, so God's gonna, be okay with that. Yes, in some aspect, yes, he would, because your heart is there to help the individual, to help the circumstance or whatever. But it's also our responsibility to make sure that where you're, helping, where you're sending your money to, is a true, person that needs it, or the program, that needs it, if that's what you choose, if that's what you are led to do. But it's still our responsibility. Yes, God honors that, but you can't just, be putting your money out there where, like Ray said, people can take advantage of it. And then what? The ones who really need it are, they're shortchanged from it, because the person who's giving has to have that responsibility that, okay, I'm going to research and I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to fully, see what this organization is doing. Or like Ray said, it's best if you can just walk up to that individual or, wherever it is that you're going to give, that you're able to do so.
I mean, God does say use wisdom.
Yes.
He also says to be good stewards.
Yes.
Being a good steward doesn't mean you throw your money away just because somebody asked for money. No, you ask 100 questions. And then when they're responding to you, you go in depth and find out, okay, is this person really just trying to get some money off of me? Or is this person really in need? And if they are in need, by all means, help them.
That's
and
right.
You're seeing these people right now that have lost homes. They've lost everything. You're going to see here in a minute car accidents. tornadoes that have gone through and devastated homes and destroyed homes, devastated families, I mean, and destroyed homes. Those people are going to need a lot of help. Some of them don't have insurance, like he said, mentioned right there, renter's insurance. And if you deal with any insurance, you know how difficult it is for the insurance to move to do anything. As you've heard that we had a tree fall on our roof, and we are still dealing with that, and that's been over a week. So imagine how that is. So let's keep moving. If you can give me number 6. And actually, this one here started before the wind. I believe this was a day before the wind came around Lubbock. And this was Texas Tech. And this was a fire going underneath. So if a fire is underneath the ground, what's going on down there?
Right.
What type of gases are being distributed through there? And this is one thing that you see right here. And there are actually multiple videos of this, of that fire. So of course that college was shut down for that time period of that going on. So that's a quick short video. So let's keep going. Now let's go to the, if you give me number 9. And this is the multi-car pileup. And this one happened in Amarillo. And we usually go to Lubbock and we'll go do things there in Lubbock. And these past few days, video after video that people were pulling up that you could not see on the highway. Imagine that. And that's something I told her, from work, I won't be out there. But we'll go ahead and play this. Okay, play it again and then just silence it. But as you can see, this is awful. This is one of those things that if you have to be out there because of work, if you're a first responder, this is one of those that you don't really enjoy showing up to this type of scene, this type of devastation. This is going to be like this for hours just because of the amount of destruction that is done there, the amount of cleanup, the amount of investigation that's going to be going through that. Imagine all the families affected in this, where we have to pray for all these families. Again, this is another thing that I've told my daughter and my wife and myself, that if you find yourself in something like this, you have to drive as far as you possibly can to the side of the road, even if you have to butt up to the fence line of somebody's neighbor, somebody's area land. I mean, you get as far as you can away from this area. And even then, if you can't get that far, you start walking away from this area because your car is going to get hit. Oh, this is going to get hit. Now, I'm not saying you stop in the middle of the road right there and get out of your vehicle and start walking, because no, you're just asking to get ran over. Plain and simple. You kind of use common sense. This is probably avoidable because they were on the road and all of a sudden one car stopped in the middle of the road that could not see, and another car came and hit them, and that just started that pileup. I guarantee you that's what happened. One car could not see and they stopped in the middle of the road, and another vehicle hit, and one behind another and another and another, and it just piled up that way. You can't stop in the middle of the road. This is just awful to know that this happened. Again, this is where we come and pray for them. So let's keep moving. Give me number 2. And this is another thing that's kind of common sense. I wouldn't be doing this, what this family did, but they did this. I guess, and nowadays everybody wants to catch something on video.
Yes.
I mean,
That's that, just to get your more views, I guess.
I mean, kind of neat to catch it on video, but I mean, I wouldn't want to be the person doing it.
No, definitely not. I would not have been that.
Oh, look at that tree. All that's falling on Wayne House over there. We in it. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. Oh. We in it, baby. Oh. Man. That's a tornado. My God. Oh, man. Camper gone, baby. Yeah. All my stuff in there. Camper gone. Man, my car gone, bro. Camper is smooth gone. Back glass broke out of there. Camper is gone. And Tracy walked off to the car. Oh, Lord Jesus, man. My glass, everything on my truck is gone. So lives, Paul. Mama car, damn it. Your car, damn it. My car gone. Oh my God, man. Wow, man. Wayne Reed done came out. Roof done came out. Man, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
As you can see, it happens fast. That was real fast. You can give me number 3. And some people may say, well, I guess that wasn't that strong because you saw that tree fall. And they may say, well, that wasn't that strong because the cars were still on the ground. Just remember, everything is a little bit lower and it's going to catch things that are higher first. It could have just been F1, F2. I don't think it was F3 and above because it really would have done some major damage. So let me show you this other one. And why are we showing you all this? This is weather manipulation on steroids. It is. Okay.
We're continuing coverage of that storm system moving into our area tonight. CBS's Jason Allen is in Missouri tonight with a look at the devastation that storm left behind.
Violent tornadoes spawned from an enormous storm system touched down in at least 7 states Friday night into Saturday. Oh my God! Near St. Louis, Missouri, the storms arrived in the dark, illuminated by lightning strikes.
I had glass flying everywhere into my face and my arms and everything.
Dan Longstrom took cover inside the cab of his tractor trailer in this community west of St. Louis. His truck slammed by another truck, pushed over by the high winds. He watched as the twister blew apart a nearby gas station and restaurant.
And there's tons of people up in the store that were just running around crying and screaming, and it was pretty scary.
Families in a nearby neighborhood ran for their basements. Joy Asdu and her children came back upstairs to find the entire second floor of their home gone.
I thought that we were going to die. My kids was crying. I was just trying to cover their heads. And
Could you, when you're down in the basement?
We couldn't see anything. We didn't know what was happening.
The fast-moving storm caused blizzard conditions near Flagstaff, Arizona, resulting in this deadly 18-vehicle pileup. When the storm reached West Texas, it kicked up dust, leading to a deadly multi-vehicle crash. Winds sparked and then supercharged dozens of wildfires in several states. Homes burned to the ground in Texas and Oklahoma.
The front side and the back side of this neighborhood totally burned, and just so thankful that we didn't have any fatalities here.
In the northern plains, the storm is expected to drop up to a foot of snow.
There were no deaths in this community, but some of the people I talked to here had no insurance. Jason Allen, CBS News in Villa Ridge, Missouri.
In fact, I'll go ahead and just keep talking while we go ahead and do number 4 and number 5. If we can do those and just go through the photos on those. I believe one has like 50-something photos. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all of them by the time I'm done talking or by the time Dora's done talking. But guys, we really need to pay attention right now because this is weather manipulation. This is on steroids.
Yes.
Their plan, if you don't know what the WEF's plan is, which is the 2030 agenda, the 2030 agenda is where it says you will own nothing and you will be happy. and you just hear that there's people. I know some people that don't have insurance on their homes. I just don't understand why they don't put insurance on their homes. I do get it that sometimes it can be a fight with them, but not having no insurance is a guarantee that you don't have the money to rebuild. That's just there. It's logical sense that you will not be able to build and you won't have $200,000 or $300,000 in your pocket to build a home.
Yeah.
You can just go through the. It's not working. Oh,
Yes.
yes, it is working. We just have to go through the photos. I guess you thought we were. It wasn't on there. It's okay. So that's what we have to look at because they said this is what they're going to do. The question is, what's the best way that we can prepare? And one thing is we're going to have to stick together. We're going to have to be willing to help one another.
That's right.
You're going to have to start learning different skill sets. How to build, how to make things from scratch. And I'm not talking about food right now. I know some people probably say, make some from scratch. I can make some bread. No, we're talking about using lumber that you have in your backyard, using other things that you have there just to make things together. In fact, Dora has seen me inside the shop that I'll walk around like, okay, let me see what can I make? How can I make this work?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for little things there to make it work. Okay, we can use this. This will make it work. It just takes practice.
Oh, yes.
Once our eyes are open and understand, and this is a small town of, what was the population on there? It said at the very beginning, 1,900 population. Look at that. So I can tell you that this population here, this small town, does not have the funding to get back up. They don't.
That's right.
They're going to need a lot of help. That community has to come together to help one another. And this is where your skill set will come in handy. This is where people with knowledge on different areas is going to come in handy. This is where people that have invested in other areas that have extra income coming in, that they'll start distributing and helping one another. This is where, you know how that saying says that when it gets tough, you're going to know what you're made of? Nobody said it would be easy. And in fact, God in his word said it wasn't going to be easy.
Right. That things were going to happen. And you look at, all this devastation, with the tornadoes, with the fires and everything, and you're like, okay, but just like Ray's been saying, how can you prepare? Well, you just have to understand that as soon as you are in that area, that if something's going to happen or fire breaks out or something, you have to be willing to just go. That's the main thing. You cannot be to where, well, this is all I have. I can't leave it. No, you have your life. You have, you can go, somewhere else where you're safe. Now, if you come back, and a lot of people came back to nothing, there was nothing there. Yes, you can look at it that way. But again, your life is worth more than stuff, because it just like we were watching a video earlier that he was saying, everything else can be replaced. It's your life that, you have to make sure that, you are able to be able to come back, to restart, to do something.
That you're not tied down to stuff.
Yes.
And that is, I really thank the Lord for teaching me that, that Dora can tell you that I can get any hot rod, any muscle car that I've ever had. It's easy for me to sell. Do I enjoy it while I have it? Absolutely. Do I clean it, polish it, wax it, and we go to car shows and stuff like that? Absolutely. Just as I received it, it's that easy for me to sell it. I'm not tied down to it. But the Lord has taught me that. It's just materialism. It's just stuff. Is some of it expensive? Is some of it hard to obtain? Yes, but it's just things. It can be replaced. Your family cannot be replaced.
That's right.
And like Dora was mentioning, when it's time to go, it's time to go. It's not time to say, you know what, I'm going to try to save my home and my stuff that I have. No, it's time to have a go bag, and it's time to get ready and hit the road if you have to hit the road.
That's right.
Especially with these fires that are going on. Of course, you're not going to leave when a tornado is. Unless you're in a Obama home. Hopefully you're not. That you would want to get out of there and get in the basement. But as you can see, the devastation that has, the damage, the things that these people are going to have to go through right now. And this is just the beginning. Again, weather modifications. This is part of their plan to make it where you own nothing and you'll be happy. Because when they destroy these towns, they want to take over. You've heard the 15-minute cities, the smart cities. You've heard those. That's what they have to destroy a city in order to build it the way they want.
Yes.
Have you heard anything about California? Have you heard anything about Hawaii? You haven't, right? There you go. That's just to tell you what their plan is. And people still today don't believe that there's weather modifications, but then there's all those patents. In fact, I'm going to post that article showing you every patent for all types of weather modifications, for all kinds of things, and you're going to freak out. It'll take you a good hour to 2 hours to literally go through all of it. That's how many patents there are out there. Why would you make a patent if you didn't own it?
Right. If it's not something that you can use.
Why would you make a patent if you want to make sure someone else won't use this? Because it's yours.
That's right.
So we just want to share this with you guys because this is something that we all have to pray. We all have to get together. And if this is somebody that's near your area that has gone through something like this and you are able to help them financially, physically, even mentally, and you may say, how can I help them mentally? You can sit down, you can pray with them. You can just sit down and be quiet and hear them out. Because sometimes these people may just want to relieve themselves by telling you everything and cry it out and just need somebody there just to listen. Not somebody to say, oh, I know what you're going through when you've never been through it.
Right.
That's the worst thing you can tell somebody is,
Yes.
I know what you're going through when you've never been through it. If you've never been through it, through something that somebody is coming to you, the best thing you can do is sit there and just hear them out.
Listen. Yeah.
And then when they're done, can I pray with you? And this is not the time that God, that you will give them the strength for them to wake up and snap out of this. Oh, that's not how we do it. I've heard people say that, that you will give them the strength to hurry up and snap out of it and move forward and move on. No, Lord, that you will comfort them, that you will bring them your peace, your joy, Lord, that you would help them, that you will give them your strength and not man's strength, that you will guide them and help them. And Father, that you would help me be a better person, a better friend to them at this point, Father. That you will help me to help them financially, Lord. And you help them financially, whatever you can. It's not something that you will get in a bind unless you want to go get a loan or something, but it's for you to help them the best that you can. And even if you have an extra home, that's something that you can tell me, you can stay in this home for a year or 6 months until you get on your feet or something.
Right.
You can do that. So, guys, we just want to share this with you because this is going on and it's only going to increase.
Yes, it's going to intensify and going to, it's just what Scripture says. These things have to happen. We just have to prepare.
Yep. So, guys, just pray for all these people. Help them if they're near your area, that you can help them financially. Help them again. If you just need to sit down with them and just hear them out. Just hear them out.
That's right. That's right. want to remind you to put on your armor. You can find that in Ephesians 6:10-18. Very important to know and to understand how to do that. There is our platforms there for you to join us, for you to share our content. And again, we will be uploading all these videos up to Facebook. Right now, we are not able to be live on Facebook, but I'm sure we will. That's pretty soon again. And there is our email there if you would like to get a hold of us. We thank you again for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next video.